Hello everyone, welcome back to another session with me. I am Sanyukta Saxena, and in this session we are going to explore another new tangle, which is Rambles. New in the sense that it has been recently included in Zentangle headquarters official list of tangles. However, we are quite familiar and we have been using it in some or the other way. So Rambles is something like a ribbon running through your tangles, and we are just going to give it a 3D kind of a look by adding these further auras, which gives it a kind of a 3D look, right? It is that simple a tangle. Now, what do you want to do inside these bands is entirely up to you. Again, you can deck it up the way you want, or you can just go with simple inking with a slight highlight like this, and even that looks nice, right? So you can give a nice color and leave a highlight like this and draw your ribbon in the same fashion, right? Give it a nice turn and then again ink, leave a highlight in between and then ink the rest, right? So we have been using this ribbons or something passing through your tangles many a times, but this is now an official tangle included in the list of tangles released by Zentangle headquarters. So what I did is I drew a zigzag and then I just drew another aura like this to give it a kind of a 3D effect like this. Yeah. So let's draw a tile today. I have a Zendala in front of me and I'm going to be using this tangle along with a lot of other tangles that we are going to be drawing. Yeah. So I'm going to start with a sense of gratitude and appreciation towards this beautiful art form, towards the opportunity that it gives me to relax myself, to unwind myself, to de-stress myself in such a beautiful and simple way. Yeah, my border is in place and now I'm first going to draw a few tangles randomly. So I'm just going to draw some inner flux. So I have drawn a flux shape and then I'm going to extend it a little. So add two more hidden flux like these and then just connect these two, drawing behind. You can always ink the in-between section and it looks like a beautiful flower. Yeah. So I'm going to draw a couple of more flowers. Again, the second one, the third one, and then two hidden ones like this. And then just ink the inside. The tangle is called Inner Flux by Debbie New. And then you can either go with the same tangle or you can add some others. So I'm going to draw Anuka. So I've drawn a square and then I'm going to draw these curvy lines coming out of the square and then I'm going to connect these like this. So it's drawing behind here, right? Again, I'm going to add one more here. Started with a square and then going to add these curved lines coming out of the square and then going to connect these like this, right? So that's about two of them, and again a few inner flux here, probably one or two more, drawing behind, right? So let's first complete this tangle. So I'm going to add a seed shape in between, add some orbs, fill in the in-between spaces, and then add auras like these. Close auras. Yeah. Again, going to add a seed shape in between. Add some orbs. Fill in the small little intersectices at the same time. And then add close auras on both sides. Like this. Yeah. Again, the third one. Continue in the same fashion. Add the orbs inside the seed shape. And then add auras. Right? And the final one here, hidden, not visible much. And the auras, whatever spaces available there. Yeah, so I'm going to do this one also in exactly the same fashion. First add that seed shape. Like this. Then add orbs inside and then the auras. Yeah. So almost finishing drawing my Anuka. The second flower that we have drawn apart from inner flux. These are not Zentangle original tangles. They are tangles by other CZTs. Right, so just adding auras, close auras. Right, now in between spaces you can comfortably insert some caviars or tipple or black pearls, whatever you feel like, Bronx cheers. Feel free to do that. Always a good idea to fill up the small little intersectices with tipple or some other tangles. I'm just adding some caviars. They actually look like those fish eggs. Yeah. So once we are done with that, now we can go on and add more tangles. But first let us add rambles. So I'm going to start somewhere from here probably, and then give a nice curl like this, and then draw straight lines if you find that easier. Right? Again, this is hidden. Again, draw a straight line and mimic the shape. Add the aura. Connect it here. Again, connect it here. Again, connect it here. So that's the Tangle Ramble, right? So this is the first style that we are drawing. So you can either choose to ink it completely or you can add some other tangle. Let's see. First I'm going to add an aura inside and then ink the inside, right? So that the border is visible, so that my ramble looks distinct, right? Like this. Again, I'm going to add an aura and then ink the inside. So this is a tangle which you can very comfortably use for embellishing a finished tile also, right? So since you have bold inking there, you can pass it through anything, any tangles. You can place it over tangles. So it will be a nice embellishment to an already drawn tile also. Again, I'm adding an aura before I go ahead and ink, right? So many ways that you can deck up your ramble also. Inking is the first thing that you can do if you don't want to add some other patterns inside. This looks bold. Yeah, again an aura inside. Ink the rest. Again an aura inside. Ink the rest. Again an aura. Like this. Yeah, small little thing that you can do is add some bit of probably dots or embellishment there. Yeah, so I'm just going to add some nice dots to highlight my ramble. Simple things that you can do to add to the look of your tangle. Yeah. So once you are done with that, now you can extend as much as you want. Yeah. So let's add one more inner flux here, and then we will just add some creepers or extensions. Right. Ink the inside. Like this. And then you can go ahead and add some nice flux or mucas or fescues. You can add auras. Fescues look really delicate, so I often use them. Right? So again, you can add some orbs here. Fescues coming out. Right? So you can place it any which ways you want. Take your time. Add them wherever you want, whichever way you want. Yeah. So small things that you can do to your inner flux. Add some etching from the place the lines are emerging. Some bit of thatching. So I'm not pressing my pen much, using it very lightly and adding these thatched roof kind of a thing. Yeah, the twigs. Oh, again, a very common way to embellish, to add to the look of your tangles. Yeah. So there are a whole lot of things that you can add. You can go on and on. So if you want, you can also introduce some colors. I'm just going to add one more tangle here, which is a very delicate looking tangle, that is Indirella, a purely aura based tangle, and I really like its delicate look, and whenever I draw a tile like this, I always try and fit it in because they look very fragile and delicate. Yeah, a little bit of rounding here and there, some bit of ink is always a good idea. So that is about Indirella. Yeah, if you want, you can go on and on. So let's now, I don't know, I feel like adding a touch of color today. So let's first see whether you want to use watercolor brush pens, you want to use chalk. Let us use a little bit of chalk today. So I have some nice pastels, that is colored pencils, colored chalk pencils with me. So about 2-3 colors randomly I've taken out, and I'm just going to add it to my inner flux, a dash of color. Since it is all flowers and I feel like doing that, you can please go ahead with your brush pen or watercolor panel, whatever is readily available with you. Please feel free to use it. So I'm just blending the chalk. You can always darken it more here. Yeah, again a little darker at the place from where lines are emerging, and then just pull out the chalk and add that shade to the rest. Yeah, so I'm going to change color, add some orange, keep the bottom dark, and then just pull out. Very easy to blend chalk pencils. Yeah, and then to the Anuka you can always use another color. So I'm just going to add some touch on these lines and the orbs. Let's see. Just going to blend a little without covering the entire thing. So take your time, do that exercise. Just added some dashes of color there. So as far as colors is concerned, you can always do a better job, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm just giving a slight touch on the orbs and then on these lines. And then going to blend it. Use a different blender. Don't use your white or the graphite blender. Yeah, so that was a touch of color. If you want, you can add a dash of green also, but we haven't really drawn any petals there, leaves there. So I'm just going to use my graphite for my Indirellas. blend. Use your chalk to highlight the other section of your Indirella. Yeah, you can always add, use your brush pen, you can add a shadow. Yeah, so just add a shadow under your ribbon. Something like this if you want to. You can also do that with your graphite pencil. I'm going with a very light hand there. Right? Something like this. So if you want, you can add a little bit of green also. So I'm just going to pick up my green pencil and add a little touch of green. As if there are some leaves there too. And some bit of green here. Yeah. So use your blender, use another blender, a different one, and just blend it a little, not much. Take it away from the border, the edges. And we are done. No need to add anything else. Yeah. So that's our tile for today with the Tangle Rambles, the new Tangle Rambles. So let us close our tile here. So I'm just going to add some little bit of embellishment there with my pen, and that is these bubbles which look nice. Once in a while. Yeah, always a good idea. Some dots there. That's about it. Right, so I'm going to close my tile here. Put your chop, sign and date it. Today is 12th. So I shall see you again with few more sessions on the Tangle Rambles. We'll try and use more variations and try to use the same tangle differently. Right? Till then, have a good time. Bye-bye.